Hello everyone, this is Vishal Pandey and I welcome you all in my YouTube class. So students, basically I'm here to deal with your 11th English literature as well as grammar portion. So as far as your 11th English literature is concerned, like you are having two books at the same time. The first one you are having is Hornbill and the second one which you are having is Snapshot. So we are going to take Hornbill first and then later on we will take Snapshot. So what is there in Hornbill to start? I can start with the first very chapter, a photograph, which is a poem itself. So we will start with this poem, and to be frankly speaking, this is a very interesting poem as far as nostalgia is concerned. Now I'm going to tell you in detail that what is nostalgia and what are the circumstances at which this poem stands upon, and we will discuss in three segments. First we will discuss about the poet or the poetess, whoever has been written this poem. Then we are going to take some summary or theme of the poem, and later on we will discuss each and every line separately, each and every stanza individually. So let's begin. So children, as you can see on your screen that this very first poem of your Hornbill book named A Photograph. Now this A Photograph is very a poem related to the nostalgic fever, related to the past. Now we are going to discuss this poem so that you could take this poem deep inside in your heart and you could merge this poem and associate it with your feelings. So it has been written by Shirley Tolson, a famous writer of England and throughout the globe itself. So Shirley Tolson, we will discuss about her life, her birth, her education system, and everything we are going to discuss about her. So I have already divided in three sections, as I told you earlier. The first section is about the poet or the poetess. We will have a look that whoever has written this poem, like Shirley Tolson has written this poem. So we will have a look about her life and her literary works and everything. So about the poem, this is the second segment which we are going to take, that in which context, in what context the poem has been written. And the third very important section is explanation of the poem, which is very important for you to understand, because you have to understand each and every line as well as each and every word. So let us take first section about the poet and poetess. So children, as you can see on your screen that about the poet we are going to start with. Now this segment is very important because Shirley Tolson was born, this writer, this girl was born on 20th of May in the year 1924. Very important, this is, she was born in 1924 on 20th of May on the banks of River Thames in England. Now this river Thames is very pious river, is very popular river, like we have Ganga in India. Similarly, Thames is there situated in England. It flows throughout London. So you can understand that she was born on the banks of river Thames. Sometimes it might, examiner can ask that Shirley Tolson was born on the banks of river dash. In the fill in the blanks it can be asked. So you have to be very sure about your answer. Her father, Douglas Horsfall Dickson. What was her father's name? Douglas Horsfall Dickson. He was also an eminent writer, children. Her father was also an eminent writer. So you can understand, if her father is also an eminent, a famous writer, why could not be his girl can be a great writer. So she followed the footsteps of her father herself. So she was influenced by her father, as I told you earlier. She took admission in Brockenhurst College in London. So she pursued her graduation from there, from Brockenhurst College in London, and completed graduation from there. So she took admission and she completed her graduation. She completed BA in literature, and then afterward she completed her post graduation as well from English literature. Let us understand some famous work of Shirley Tolson. First one is Celtic Alternative, written in 1987, and second one is Celtic Year, written in 1993. These are two famous work by this eminent writer named Shirley Tolson. Now what is Celtic? It has been taken from the word Celts. Now these Celts are associated with, ancient English literature. Ancient English literature, children, of England. So Celts are associated with ancient English literature of England. And what are they? Many countries used to speak different types of languages. When they came under one language, that is to be called Celts, one language, or lovers of one language. Okay. Now let us understand about the poem. What is the poem and what is the theme of the poem? Then we will discuss the poem line wise and stanza wise. Okay. So the poem A Photograph is written by Shirley Tolson. As it is mentioned earlier, it is also told that this poem has been written by Shirley Tolson. In this poem, she recalls her mother, which has a frame of cardboard. Now this poem has been written by Shirley Tolson itself, and in this poem Shirley Tolson recalls her mother. She is no more in this world. She thinks about her mother. She found a picture of her mother on the cardboard and she imagined. The picture has three girls, in which the middle one is oldest and tallest, and she is mother of poetess as well. So you can see in that portrait that it has been clearly mentioned that in that portrait, in that photograph, three children are there, and the elder one, which is who is standing in between, she is to be called the mother of the poetess. Now she has lost, you can see, now she has lost her mother 12 years before. It means if we talk at the present moment, at an exotic moment, at this particular moment, her mother is no more in this world. She has already dead, and it is near about 12 years now, and she cannot explain her grief on mother's loss. She stands for Shirley Tolson. Shirley Tolson cannot explain her grief. Grief means what? Sorrow, melancholy. So on her mother's loss. So she has lost her mother and she cannot express this. You can only feel it by imagination. So this is a very interesting poem. It's going to be very interesting. Now let us have a look on the poem. Okay children, so now you can see this poem named A Photograph by Shirley Tolson on your screen. Before starting this poem, there are three stanzas. Let me tell you something more that you should know this, because when you should know, you will be able to understand the poem more deeply. So you can see there is no rhythm, no rhyming in this poem. So ultimately this poem has been written in blank verse. This poem has been written in blank verse. Now what is blank verse? We will discuss it and then we are going to start the poem. Like when we see the poem, some stanzas, some lines at the end of the word, if there is a rhyming scheme, if the sentences are having some rhyming scheme, or they are having some rhythm, or some like this, you can understand. I hope you are getting my point. If there is any rhythm, any rhyming, then there are several meters in English literature through which we can understand, like iambic pentameter and iambic hexameter, trimeter. So there are so many meters, but in this poem has been written in blank verse. There is no meter used for this poem, no rhyming scheme used for this poem, no rhythm is used for this poem. So that's why it is called blank verse. Verse means poem and blank means if that lack of meter. Now blank verse, it can be also understand that this has been written like a story. So this poem is written in the form of prose, in the form of story. So let us begin. It has been written that the cardboard shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling. Now what is paddling? Paddling means walking. It is clearly mentioned that the cardboard is a form of a photograph. On cardboard there is a photograph. Shows me stands for Shelley Tolson, the poetess. It was when the two girl stands for the cousins of poetess mother. It will be later on, we will see the two girl cousins are here. You can see Betty, the first one, and Dolly, the second one. So these are two cousins, 1, 2, Betty and Dolly. It has clearly here when the two girl cousins went paddling. So two girls are going for paddling, and let's see what happens then. Each one holding one of my mother's hands. So you can understand like this. There are, I can show you with a drawing. I'm not a good artist, but at least I can show you. This is okay. So you can see two girls, Betty, she is Dolly, and the biggest girl is mother of Shelley Tolson. So these are three girls went for paddling on the beach with uncle, and uncle is with camera. Now let us see what happens. So each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she, the big girl, you can see the big girl, this one, some 12 years or so. So this girl, the mother itself, it has been already mentioned that her age was at that time 12 years of age she was. All three stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. They all were smiling, facing towards uncle, because uncle would have, uncle was there with the camera, and he was taking, the pics. He was taking the shots of these three girls. A sweet face, my mother's. Shelley Tolson is saying that my mother was having very sweet face among these two, and my mother's, that was before I was born. And this photograph was taken ultimately, obviously she was only of 12 years, so how Shelley Tolson will be born? So this photograph was taken before Shelley Tolson was born. Before she was born, this photograph was taken by uncle with a camera. And the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. This is very important, we will understand. She is saying that ultimately the sea is not so much changed. It is, it has remained same as usual it was, but this scenery, this photograph, and this event, this moment of life has already passed, because transient means, you can say, a thing which is temporary. So temporary means human body is temporary. This body will destroy one day. So ultimately she is saying that sea is there itself. The sea has not been changed at all, but my mother is no more in this world now, because she was Temporary, because the human body is temporary. Everyone has to go one day. Now let us understand the second stanza. Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. Now the snapshot was taken by the uncle with the camera when they were young. The three girls were young. Now when the exotic moment is this, that after 20-30 years later from here, you can see when she was only 12 years of age, you can add 20 plus 30 years in this. So ultimately after 20-30 years, when her mother, when Shelley Tolson's mother, who is there between in this photograph, when she used to see this photograph itself, she used to laugh, because ultimately when you see your parents' photograph when they were young, so you laugh, you started laughing. And it is also same when you see your photograph of childhood, you seem to be laugh. So this is the moment which you miss really, and you could not expect that you are now modernized some way in this era, but sometimes after, before 10 or 20 years before or 15 years before, how you were looking and how your parents were. So ultimately we straight away we went into nostalgia. What is nostalgia? I had already told you. Let me repeat it again. Nostalgia, related to past. So we ultimately, we sometimes we jump into our nostalgic fever, and then we come back and we realized, we become surprised that how we were at that time. So this is how her mother, when she see this photograph after 20-30 years, she would laugh at the snapshot. See Betty and Dolly, she would say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. Now she is saying, this girl is saying, when after 20-30 years later, when she became a mature woman, she is saying that how Betty and Dolly is looking ultimately, because when she say that we were small at that time, we used to go spend our holidays on the beach, we wear some obsolete dress which is not in use in nowadays. So that was the moment when they would laugh. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. This line is very symbolical. The sea holiday was her past. Her past means mother's past. The sea holiday was her mother's past, and mine is her laughter. Mine stands for Shelley Tolson. Shelley Tolson says that she is no more, this girl, her mother is no more in this world now. So her past was sea holiday, and my past was her laughter, because mother is no more in this world. So whenever she used to laugh by seeing this photograph, Shelley Tolson used to enjoy this. Both ride with the labored ease of loss. So both of them have lost something. Her mother as well as Shelley Tolson has lost something. The third stanza is very clear because in third stanza you will get something to know, like now she has been dead. You can clearly see it is mentioned that the mother is no more in this world, nearly as many years as that girl lived. From here question occurs in your examination. Straight away it asks that when the mother of Shelley Tolson died and when this poem has been written, how many years passed? So ultimately it has, when it is mentioned that when this photograph was taken, Shelley Tolson's mother's age was 12 at that time. And here you can also see, now she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived. That girl means the girl which is there in the photograph, her mother itself. So her mother has been dead now, and it is 12 years have passed, and of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. Its silence silences. So ultimately she is saying that she cannot say anything because she is missing her mother, and she used to see that photograph she used to imagine her mother. Imagination is there in this poem, and she went into nostalgia. She went into her past, and because her mother is not there in this world, only silence and silences are there. Only her grief of sorrow is there. Only gloomy melancholy is there. So ultimately she is missing her mother. So children, I hope you all understand this poem, and in next video I'm going to make you to understand that how you could understand the poetic devices, the literary devices in this poem. There are so many devices there. I'm going to make a video, separate video only based on poetic devices, and later on we will discuss the question answers which are very important as far as this poem is concerned. Till then, take care. Bye bye.